obviously stand up and stand for your community. But if you don't feel connected to that consciousness of those communities of color, you think you only have to stand up for yourself. We have to deprogram that, as I think you said. But can you talk about that in the context of historical black colleges?
Well, Brother Scott, thank you for the question. And I myself am a product of the highest of 7 hills, Florida Agricultural and Mechanical University. And one of yes, sir, they're most definitely. And let me say this. These schools help to produce a thriving black middle class. And those of us in the black middle class are often unaware of how small we are. The black middle class is small in comparison to the black masses here. And again, I do not want to separate us from an international perspective, but we'll speak domestically now. And let me say that what we inculcated at our best as black colleges is people who would be community connected and conscious. I think part of the challenge is that we not only are maneuvering in capitalist spaces, but we have adopted capitalist values. We cannot, black people and those who are for liberation, maneuver within capitalism, which is a system designed to produce extreme poverty. It is designed to extract from the masses. And the challenge is our mothers and fathers were in capitalist systems like A.G. Gaston, but A.G. Gaston did not have a capitalist mentality. John Johnson was engaging in capitalism, but did not have a capitalist mentality. Madam C.J. Walker was funding NAACP and freedom movement. So she was moving within capitalism, but she did not have a capitalist mentality.
John Brown said you can't give money away like a socialist until you make it like a capitalist. That's his phrase.
So they had money, but they did not wed their spirits to the capitalist ethos. Today, our leaders from pulpit to corporate boardrooms have wed ourselves to capitalist values, and that is why the black masses do not trust us.
Linda.
Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me. I really enjoyed listening to both of you talk, and one of the things that I wanted to bring up is just reiterate the fact that you were saying, you know, every era our community goes through this having to fight back just against racist, nonsensical ideologies. And we are tired, but I think it's in our DNA, as you mentioned, that we have to keep pushing back and fighting back against this. But one of the things I wanted to ask you is, do you think now having the trademark of Proud Boys being owned by the Black church, do you think that that's going to embolden their base even more?
It appears that it will, in many ways, that we know that they will not lie down, that they will not take this lying down, they will fight. What I want to recover, what you said, is we do have to fight, but I need black people to understand that we never stopped having joy. That we have always been creative and loving. I use the image of Congo Square in New Orleans. The French culture allowed the enslaved on Sunday to gather to sell the wares that they created as artisans. And it was there in Congo Square, in the midst of enslavement, that our people created what we now call jazz, which is the basis of all American artistic production. When Africans there who took that one day of quote-unquote liberative movement, they created a music that really powers the world. What we need to understand is, even when we have been in dire straits, we never stop living, loving, frying fish, inviting one another out, making love, making babies, making music. We must still be fully human beings, but we must be willing to fight. So I don't want us to give either, and we must also rest. So we got to balance a number of things. But yes, they will keep coming. I mean, it is unrelenting. And the thing I want to remind us of is they have been unrelenting, but so have we. Ernest Green, who's a member of our congregation, said part of the reason he fought with the Little Rock Nine is that he had a history teacher that taught him about the Maroon community. The Maroon communities who left the places of enslavement, went deep into the woods, into the bayou, connected sometimes with themselves, sometimes with natives, and they built places of freedom and connection. So my argument is we got to fight, but we got to be creative. We got to have joy. We got to rest. We have to be full human beings, because this onslaught is designed not only to distract us, but to diminish the power that we have to be transformative and revolutionary.
Mustafa?
Minister, thank you for feeding the spirit and also, feeding the activism that's so necessary. Fannie Hamer once said that nobody is free until everybody is free. What does freedom look like for Black folks in 2025?
Freedom for Black people in 2025 looks like the first, very basic, the ability to move freely without molestation. I ought to be able to worship a few blocks from here without some violent fools desecrating my place of worship. And freedom of movement, we know, is counter to everything American. We know police forces were founded to control Black movement. We know redlining existed to keep Blacks in certain places. So part of what freedom looks like is dismantling every American impulse to control Black movement. We got to be careful because we police ourselves in unhealthy ways. So that's one. I think another is a right to fully thrive economically. Now here's the problem. When we have risen economically, violence has been used to beat that back.
Yes.
In Tulsa, in Rosewood, lynching was not about the sexual stuff that they used, but it was about what Ida B. Wells wrote. It was economic envy. Leave us alone. We're not bothering you. When we thrive together. So I think it looks like being able to move. It looks like, and here's the problem, meritocracy. Give me a break. Meritocracy has never existed in America. They created systems to keep people from competing. Any idea of meritocracy, if you buy that, you are believing the most abominable lie. So give me the chance to participate economically without exploitation. Give me freedom of movement and allow me to gather with my people without your trying to come and destroy what we're doing. See, the attack on the church tells us that they have more faith in what we can create when we're together than we do. They are attacking the thing that they know to be our strength, but we have not awakened to it. So what I want to know is, I can't get in Scott Bolden's checkbook, but where's the money going? I've seen Scott. I know Scott. So what are we doing with it?
I'm publicly getting his check.
You get Scott. All right, so you off the hook, brother.
He
Scott.
knows.
All right.
He knows. I will jam him up. I'll jam him up in a heartbeat on air. I made him donate on air because he kept telling me, I'm gonna do it. I'm like, I ain't waiting on you.
It's all love, brother Scott. All love.
Hello, I'm Isaac Hayes III, founder and CEO of Family.